You know, it's interesting that this game seems to be compatible with the Game Boy player. I mean, pretty much every Game Boy Advance game was, but typically, if there's a Game Boy player logo, that means there was some sort of special function when playing this on the Game Boy player, such as rumble support. For those not aware, the Game Boy player was an accessory for the GameCube that allowed you to play your Game Boy Advance games on your TV. Kind of like the Super Game Boy. In fact, it even had a set of borders you could use, since the Game Boy Advance screen was a lower resolution than TVs. Just like the Game Boy and the Super Game Boy. I don't remember what features this had, though. Did it have rumble support? Not really sure. Also, it occurs to me, my screen here shows some shoulder buttons. What happens if I press them? Options: easy sleep, auto sleep, to put your Game Boy Advance in sleep mode. Simple as that. Both buttons did the same thing? Yep, both buttons did the same thing. Anyway, hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we completed what was basically... Hold on a sec. I did not save since the last time I played, except through restore points. Anyway, when we last left off, we played what was essentially kind of like a Metroidvania level. You needed the raccoon tail to fly up to where the Tanuki suit was, and then you needed the Tanuki suit in order to find all the A coins. Granted, you didn't have to do all that to beat the level, you could just run to the end of the level, but I thought that was kind of neat, even if the time limit was a hindrance. I'll tell you what, by the way, it is quite obvious at this point that this is basically a blind playthrough. I do not recognize any of these levels. Yeah, I watched them get played on YouTube when this game was released on the Wii U Virtual Console, but it's been long enough, I don't remember them at all. That said, I do remember a few little tidbits about the e-reader levels, so it was no surprise while I was grabbing some items from this mushroom house, and one of the items I acquired was a feather from Super Mario World. That's cool. Speaking of this, let's go ahead and hop back in here. There's apparently a bunch of layouts that you can play in order to get prizes, and I kind of want to show off the various layouts. That is kind of a thing with me. I like showing things off. I said, bear in mind that there's a time limit. And that's only a 1-up. That I missed. I don't really need them. Give me an actual prize. I've already got a nice enough amount of lives. Oh gosh dang it. Well, at least it's a different layout. By the way, there was some questioning in regards to how exactly these e-reader levels work. A comparison was made that it's kind of like Amiibo nowadays, where you scan an item and then that gets read, and there you go, you've got it for in your game. It's not exactly like that, though. I mean, it kind of is, but all that the Amiibo does is unlock something that is already programmed into the game. These e-reader levels, on the other hand, are not pre-programmed in the game. Rather, the cards that you scan holds all the code needed to build the level to put into Mario Advance 3, and then Mario Advance 4, rather. And then Mario Advance 4 saves it onto the cartridge so that you can continue using it later. It basically installs the levels. And I actually have a picture of one of the e-reader cards right here. This is the level card for Doors O' Plenty. That is a level that I already played. Basically, you can see all those dots on the left side of the card there. Those are what tells the game how to build the level to put onto Mario Advance 4. And I don't mean the big dots, I mean the thousands of tiny dots that are printed within the big dots. All those dots are, in a way, arranged in such a way that when you swipe the card into the e-reader, it recognizes the pattern as a code and uses that code to create the level. And that's pretty cool. Excuse the blurriness, I could not find a sharper image on Google. Of course, there is the downside to how it works. The e-reader plugs into the cartridge slot on your Game Boy Advance, and so does Super Mario Advance. So you need the e-reader plugged into one Game Boy Advance, and Super Mario Advance 4 plugged into the other Game Boy Advance, and link them together. I actually had one of those Game Boy players, so thankfully I was able to take advantage of these level cards. I didn't really have very many of them. To my understanding, by the way, there were 4 level packs, or rather 4 series of cards. I don't think they were random. I think you bought a series set of cards, and it always had the same amount of cards. So it wasn't like loot boxes or anything like that. You knew what you were buying. You were guaranteed to get whatever was in that set. Oh, there's another Mario World thing. A 3-up moon. Neat. Also, hello there, Tubby Squirrel. Welcome to my stream. Tubby Squirrel says e-reader was, ooh, the P-Wing. That is not what Tubby Squirrel just said. Tubby Squirrel says the e-reader was one of the most ambitious things of its time. It was definitely really cool. Not the first time that something like that was released for a Game Boy system, though. There was also a barcode scanner that released for the original Game Boy. And I don't know exactly how that worked, but to my understanding, you could use just about any barcode, and somehow it would turn that into game data, like a item or a minigame or something. I'm not really certain exactly, but it only released in Japan. Ah, well, I'm not likely to get this now. Nope. Tubby Squirrel says, I had a Game Boy camera. That was cool. Oh boy, the Game Boy camera. That was... yeah, I had one of those too, and it was really cool to have my own camera, basically. It was a really low-resolution camera, of course. But these were the days when kids were not typically allowed to have their own cameras, because they tended to be really expensive. The Game Boy camera, it was what we could have, and the fact that it was compatible with a special printer as well, really cool. Plus the Game Boy camera had all these mini games and special little features here and there. Well, I'm not getting that now either, unless I can do a trick shot. Trick shot! Huzzah! Tubby Squirrel says, yeah, I used to shoot a little movie. Yeah, I forgot. There was like, you could chain images together to create animations. Wow, hit the corner directly. You could also trigger hotspots on pictures, so you could click a part of the picture and it would trigger something, like a sound effect or going to another picture. I used that feature to create a point-and-click adventure game. Ah, too slow. But it was only a 1-up. Back to the e-reader, though. Kind of a shame that it was first off, so cumbersome. I mean, how many people had 2 Game Boy Advances on hand? But it failed so much that not every e-reader card for this game released in America. Some of them stayed in Japan. And in particular, there were also a few really rare cards, even in Japan. More on those when I get to them. Oh, by the way, I noticed that you can change the trajectory of your throw if you happen to be running when you throw it. Oh, hey, there's a thing. Let me see if I can get that. I'm not getting it. At all. That's unfortunate. I didn't even hit anything. Don't really care about the 3-up moon. Apparently, that feather is really rare, which is unfortunate. Well, I bet you, though, there's a level that I can actually acquire it. Yeah, probably. There's probably a level that I'll reach that will actually give it to me. So with that in mind, let's actually move forward. Although Sea to Sky, that sounds like a level in which I want to have a frog suit equipped. And eventually fly, but probably starting out in water. So, let's get started here. Well, there is water anyway. You're not gonna get me. I saw you there. Hey, what do you know? There is a feather here. I guess, eventually I need to wrap my way around. Wait. How is this gonna work exactly? There's a P-switch right here. What's off in this direction? Danger is in this direction. Which pipe am I going down? This pipe. Go fast. Ah. Well, you know what? That's okay. The P-switch respawns. And so do these blocks, which is good because I need them to get back up to the P-switch. Cool! I've got the Super Mario World cape in Super Mario Bros. 3. Where do these lead? It's a way back. How grabbable is that without the frog suit? Grabbable enough. So I don't necessarily need the frog suit. Well, there's a place that I can get more frog suits easily. So I'm not too worried about that. Yep, works just like in Super Mario World. That said, let's not fly over everything. What am I missing down here? Oh, I didn't miss that. I didn't think you'd be able to go back up that pipe. And now I want to go back up that pipe. Apparently the P-switch timer kind of continues while you're going through the pipe. It doesn't pause like everything else seems to. Because the timer pauses when you go through the pipe. But not the P-switch time. Okay, let's do this. Actually, let me hit this again. Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. You want me to fly. Apparently you were leading me to that. Whatever that is. Oop, blip. Huh. Neat. Oh, you can't quite hit these blocks as fast as you could in Mario World. Can I attack you? Nope. Gimme, gimme. Okay, why am I not hitting that? Okay, let's despawn you so I can safely hit the oh, timer? Really? I don't have time for this. Where is this leading? Oh, there's another one up. I'm gonna want to come back here with another frog suit. Unless I can do this again. I don't necessarily have time to do this again. I don't have time to do this again. I'll come back for the frog suit. Oh, really? You had to bring back these guys? Oh dear. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Oh. I'm just straight up gonna run out of time. Let's start that over. This time without having wasted so much time exploring. What is in this pipe here? Oh! Okay, so the game actually wants me to go from sky to sea, not from sea to sky. Well, I'm gonna have to be really careful to make sure that I get to keep this suit then. Oh boy, that part at the end. Gonna be kind of fun going through. I missed the first coin. Whatever. I'm sure I'll have another opportunity. See ya! Ooh, star. Okay, slow it down a bit. Except I wanted that mushroom, and that is why I wanted to slow it down a bit. I tried to duck, but I didn't in time. Well, I got this back. That is what I needed. To what extent, I'm not sure. Okay, somewhere off to the left is going to be a P-switch, right? No, it did. Ah, I'm gonna have to replay this level. You can't go back further, really? Da-da! You were supposed to run down. I said run down, not fall down. Whatever, I think... Well, there might be a secret up there that I want to have this timed for. In that case... Indeed there was. Oh, there's a lot of stuff up here. What is this level? This is a level where I really wish there wasn't a time limit. That's what this level is. Well, first things first, what's in this pipe? I shouldn't have gone through this pipe. Well, I had to replay this level again anyway. We'll bring Mario along. Swap my tail for a cape. 2 different ways of flying. I kind of prefer the tail, though. Even if it is a little bit more difficult to fly with it, since you have to wag it. Okay, Luigi definitely flies higher. Hey, but I didn't think I'd knock away the 1-up. So what's in this direction? Oh, it's the end. You can't continue in this direction. Oh, so you apparently cannot break blocks with... Duh! What was that? Duh! First things first, I want to make sure to try to... keep the frog suit, at the very least, long enough to get down in the pipe down there. That part's not so difficult. What is the deal with this thing sometimes being unable to shoot a full set of fireballs? I can understand there being a sprite limit when they did that in the original game, but I don't think there's such a sprite limit in this more modern version. Maybe they're emulating the sprite limit. Or maybe it's not a sprite limit at all. Maybe it just legit has a random amount of fireballs it spits. Wake up! Have I mentioned that I like the frog suit? So if I were to fly up, or rather not fly up, possibly fall down. Okay, so nothing down here. Okay, so there was stuff in those. You can't spin jump. Doing that is a lot easier with Luigi. Okay, well, now I know what to do here. Just to double check, though. I don't think there was anything off in this direction. No. I'm glad these yellow switches respawn. And reset, rather. Hold on a sec. Okay, timer, I need you to work with me here. How do I get that? Seriously, Oh, wait. What just came out? That. I'm gonna run out of time here. Let me create a restore point. Is there a P-switch in here? No. And that's also a one-way trip. You legit can't even get there in time to hop up from below. Unless I can land on that. Can I land on these upside down? No. I don't get it. How do I get that? Because I'm not getting it. I'm having a little trouble figuring out how. You can't bust a block with your cape. There's no room to fly. I mean... Wait, I have an idea. Question is, do I have enough time to actually do this? Where's this coin? I missed it. This is doable. This is entirely doable. That was a bit of a stall there, but... Got it! Gone! So does anybody remember the game Genie? I've talked about it before in this playthrough, actually. A cheating device for some of the classic consoles. Put in a code and it affects the games in various ways. For example, that code that freezes the timer. You know, the one that resulted in me getting soft-locked in Bowser's Castle. I shouldn't mind having that cheat right now, though. It's a shoe-in. Ooh, are we about to have Karibo's shoe?